Oshkosh Media is government programming on GovTV, community programming on Life TV, and community radio on Oshkosh FM 101.9.
Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us for the 2022 Oshkosh Memorial Day Procession. I'm Andy Radig from Oshkosh Media, and joining me at the table here today is Dave Steinert, and Dave is the commander of Veterans of Foreign Wars, post 1908. And Dave served in the Desert Storm with the 1157th Transportation Company. Dave, thanks for joining us today.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
And we'd also like to acknowledge the House of Flowers for this beautiful floral arrangement that is gracing our table today. Thank you very much, the House of Flowers, for that. This year's procession is following a new route this year, and due to the road construction that's taking place over on Algoma Boulevard, we're located at the intersection of Murdoch Avenue and Vinland Street, and we should have a great view of the procession from this vantage point. Memorial Day is a time when our citizens and veterans gather to honor the men and women who gave their lives defending our freedom. Although it is considered by many as the unofficial start of summer, it is a solemn day of remembrance. Today we take the time to mourn the loss of these men and women, as well as those who have passed on after their military service. Dave, what are your thoughts on Memorial Day?
Well, it brings to mind a lot of people consider it a Memorial Day parade, and it's really not a parade, it's a procession. It's to honor everyone who's given their lives in all of the wars and stuff. So, yeah, it's a solemn occasion.
Okay, well, we'll be back right after this short break with the beginning of the procession. Stay tuned.
My name is Mike, and I'm the DAV.
My name is Annette, and I am the DAV.
I'm Lee, and I'm the DAV.
I'm Dick, and I am the DAV.
I'm Steve, and I'm the DAV.
I'm Rod, and I'm the DAV.
I'm Adam, and I'm the DAV.
I am George, I am the DAV.
We are the DAV.
DAV, fulfilling our promises to the men and women who served.
Hi, my name is Mike Hurt.
And I am Adam Alexander.
And together we are the co-hosts of
The Outpost.
And The Outpost, very special show. We are members of the Disabled American Veterans, DAV Chapter 17. And we are having a show. What we will be sharing with you, the viewers, latest events that are occurring in the veterans community. You're going to be learning about the mission of the Disabled American Veterans, DAV. We are going to be having veterans on this show to talk about their service.
All things veterans will be thoroughly covered on the Outpost. Join us here on live TV. Check your local listings for time slots.
And check us out on Facebook. Just plug in on your search, DAV Chapter 17, and we are there, and we look forward to seeing you.
And welcome back to the Oshkosh Memorial Day Procession on Oshkosh Media. And beginning the procession is the Winnebago Detachment Marine Corps League Color Guard. Their current commander is Eric Mayer, who is part of the Color Guard.
And it's very nice to see everybody standing.
Right. The Winnebago Detachment was chartered on November 10th, 1946, and celebrated their 75th anniversary of holding their charter last November at their Marine Corps birthday ball. They hold bingo on Friday nights, which is open to the public and starts at 7 p.m. And following them is the Marine Corps League Auxiliary, And they have a great relationship with their detachment and are found assisting them with their fundraisers and bingo. In addition, many of their members are out in the community volunteering at such places as St. Vincent de Paul and the Day by Day Warming Shelter. And then we just had our guest speaker. We're kind of moving fast here.
Going
and our
pretty
chaplain.
fast.
Guest speaker is
BJ Pryor.
BJ Pryor. And BJ flew military aircraft operations transporting soldiers during the Vietnam War. And our chaplain, Larry Schrader, who currently serves as Winnebago Detachment Marine Corps League chaplain. And then we also have the Oshkosh Police, Winnebago County Sheriff Honor Guard. The Honor Guard is made up of members of the police department and the Winnebago County Sheriff's Office.
Didn't realize they were coming this fast. Here's the
right, they're moving.
Here's the veterans of foreign wars.
That's right. As
which
part
I'm the commander.
As part of one of the largest veterans organizations, the VFW Post 1908 has been active for many years in Oshkosh. They have their own clubhouse located on Seepy and Rosalia Streets. To join the VFW, you must be a U.S. citizen or U.S. national, served honorably in the armed forces and service, and must have occurred in a war, campaign, or expedition on foreign soil or in hostile waters. They also work a lot with veterans in our community and their families.
And right behind them was the auxiliary.
Oh, that was the auxiliary.
Yep.
We have the that was the VFW Post Color Guard Auxiliary. And the VFW Auxiliary started with a small group of women who wanted to serve veterans. The current president of the VFW Post 1908 Auxiliary is Sue Falk. They meet on the first Wednesday of every month at 5 p.m. at the VFW Clubhouse at 109 Rosalia Street. And I'm hearing a band coming up down the street, but maybe this is a quick opportunity to remind folks if they'd like to watch replays of this procession, they can catch them on the Oshkosh Media YouTube channel, and also watch for schedules. Look at oshkoshmedia.org for schedules of replay times on Oshkosh Media cable television.
Yep, this is a VFW band. Lisa Zemlak is the head of it.
Very good. All right.
They were formed in 1947.
That's right. They've been around for a while, 1947. The band provides musical support to the veterans and citizens of Wisconsin. We're honored to have them in our procession today, and they'll also be playing during the program at Riverside Cemetery. Well, it's great to have some bands in the procession today. I know the last few years we didn't have a procession a couple of years ago, and last year we only had a band or two.
A couple.
So up next we have the Oshkosh West Marching Wildcats, and we're happy to be welcoming them back. In the spring of 2022, the West Bands traveled to Orlando and performed in a parade at the Walt Disney World in the Magic Kingdom. Today, the West Bands are performing Wild Blue Yonder, the official song of the United States Air Force, arranged for the West Bands by Brian K. Wilson and Jay Edgerton. Let's take a listen.
It's kind of loud right here on the edge.
Yes, the Oshkosh West bands are under the direction of Mr. Dan Singer and Mr. Brian Wilson. The West drum line is under the direction of Mr. Todd Truesdale. We're glad to have them in the procession today.
I didn't realize how large it was.
Right, they're impressive. Up next is the Company E, 2nd Wisconsin Volunteer. They represent the first volunteer company to leave Oshkosh and take part in the American Civil War. They formed in April 1861, just a week after Fort Sumter, and called themselves the Oshkosh Volunteers. They take part in several living history and reenactment events in Wisconsin throughout the summer and fall. Then up next, the Military Veterans Museum has one of their vehicles on display. And coming up right behind them is the South Park and Webster Stanley Middle School band. That was a combined band with South Park and Webster Stanley Middle Schools, a group of 7th and 8th grade band students. And next we have the DAV,
Chapter 17.
Disabled American Veterans, and they meet on the 4th Tuesday of the month at 6:30 p.m. at the Marine Corps League Clubhouse. Following them, AMVETS, Post 7. It's the most inclusive of the major national chartered veteran service organizations. Post 7 is one of the oldest posts in Wisconsin.
Their new commander is Barb Belmont. And the auxiliary is right behind them. Ellen Schmitz, past department president.
And the AMVETS Post 7 Auxiliary, and they work with the AMVETS Post 7 on many events. Earlier today, they put on the Riverside ceremony to honor those veterans lost at sea. Riding in the car are the past 3 presidents who are members of AMVETS Post 7 Auxiliary. Their current president is Ann Palm. Coming up next, I'm hearing a band coming up the street again.
The North Band.
It's kind of nice for them. They started the procession this morning at their home base at their own school. So the Oshkosh North Band has a long, rich tradition of excellence, musicianship, and community engagement. The North High School Band is under the direction of Ms. Gloria Dorshin-Mackey. Next we have the American Legion, Post 70.
Francis Matthews, the commander, I'm sorry.
Very good. And we have they are a non-for-profit service organization serving veterans and their families, promoting a strong national defense, building unity and support in our communities. Oshkosh Elks Lodge number 292. They're a charitable organization founded in 1895. They've been around for a while. The Elks are proud supporters of veterans and the Wisconsin Veterans Home in King, Wisconsin.
Also, Scout Troop 3607, kind of leading them.
They kind of snuck in there a little bit.
Here's the Elks Lodge.
And here's the Elks. All right, and coming up next we have the Oshkosh Lodge 27 Freemasons, the world's oldest and most established fraternity. Celebrates more than 3 centuries of brotherhood. The Oshkosh Lodge is one of the fastest growing lodges in Wisconsin. Freemasonry came to Oshkosh in 1849. Another long-serving organization in Oshkosh. Glad to have them here today. And I just should mention, we have an excellent turnout for this procession today.
Yeah.
The streets are loaded, and we have beautiful weather. It's supposed to be a fairly warm day today, but this morning it's gorgeous.
Here come the
Very
Girl
lucky.
Scouts.
You never know what to expect. So.
Yeah.
And just as a reminder, you can check our website at oshkoshmedia.org for replay times of this procession. Okay, up next we have the Girl Scouts of Northwestern Great Lakes, and the Oshkosh Service Unit serves 440 girls and 165 adult volunteers, and they are celebrating their 110th anniversary this year. Gosh, Dave, that's quite a long time.
Another one. A lot of organizations have been around for quite a while here.
And following up behind them, we have the Carl Traeger School Middle School Band. Carl Traeger Middle School Band is performing Anchors Away, the U.S. Navy song. Let's take a listen. Going on at the Military Veterans Museum. Be sure to stop in often and see their new displays. They also have a gift shop and see a great selection of items and gifts for friends and family.
Brings back memories driving these trucks.
Here's Brutus.
Yeah.
One of their larger vehicles. And following up is the Boy Scouts of America Bay Lakes Council, one of the nation's largest and most prominent values-based youth development organizations, providing programs for young people that build character. And right up behind them, Merrill Middle School Band. The Wisconsin Lao Veterans of America. They were formed to collaborate with the Wisconsin government to provide quality opportunities to recognize the veterans of America who gave their lives to replace many hundreds of American soldiers in Laos. We appreciate them taking part in the procession today. And then we have the Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 437. This chapter started in January 1989. 437, they actually started the 4th of July parade that started in 1991. And that parade was started to welcome home the 1157 Transportation Company. And the Vietnam Veterans of America, they support the military veterans families, veterans homes at King and Toma, and many other fine organizations.
A lot of these guys I know, they're in a lot of different veterans organizations. So
I imagine you're connected with a lot of these different groups.
Yep.
Then we have the Military Veterans Motorcycle Association, and this is the second year for them to participate in the procession. Their mission is to offer veterans and their families who share a passion for the hobby of motorcycling an organization where they can share that passion and find camaraderie and support for vets and their families. And up next is Lourdes Academy Band. This band is composed of 123 students in grades 7 and 12.
Good to see the bands back.
Oh, it's very good to see the bands back.
This is
very fine.
This is the coach. We got
AMVETS Pool 7.
Alex Leidenweber is driving. United Vets Honor Guard Jerry Pomeraning's in there, along with his son Dale Pomeraning and Bob Bacon. This is the coach, Tom Goddard. He's with the United Veterans Honor Guard. Tom Arts is riding with him.
Are the motorcycles part of this group?
This is part of the, this is the escorted by the American Legion Riders Association of Wisconsin District 6.
Very good.
Very impressive.
Very impressive indeed. And coming up next, we have the Oshkosh Fire Department. They stand ready to help protect you, your loved ones, and your property. We have to make the big curve here. And then closing things out behind the Oshkosh Fire Department engine is the Oshkosh Auxiliary Police. Thanks again for joining us for the 2022 Oshkosh Memorial Day Procession. We hope you enjoyed our coverage of this great event. I'd like to thank Dave Steinert, my co-host here, for joining me
Thanks,
today.
Andy.
Thank you very much. And we also would like to thank House of Flowers for the fine table arrangement that is gracing our table today. We'd also like to thank Oshkosh Media staff and volunteers who are bringing this production to you today. We have Gary Ross on sound, Ian Bartlett on camera, Scott Williams, our drone pilot, and Jake Tim is our director. A thank you to the Disabled American Veterans for their ceremony that was held early this morning at South Park. They began our Memorial Day with a reading of all the names of those from Oshkosh that paid the ultimate sacrifice. Thank you also to the AMVETS Post 7 Auxiliary for providing the Riverside service to honor those who lost their lives at sea. And last but most important, we remember with gratitude all those service members who gave their lives for our freedom. Also, thank you to all our veterans and active service members. Your service is very much appreciated. Well, thanks again, Dave.
Thank you.
And thanks again for watching. Thanks for joining us.